The recent 1-4 loss to the Cleveland Guardians left Dodgers fans very disappointed. In particular, the Dodgers' offense was completely shut down by the visiting team's pitchers. In this game, Shohei Ohtani started as the lead-off batter and served as the designated hitter. However, he did not deliver the offensive performance that had been expected. Ohtani finished with 3 at-bats, no hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. With this result, Ohtani's batting average for the season dropped to .167, while his OPS stood at .590. These numbers show that his hitting form in the early part of the season is still not truly stable and has not reached his usual level. In his first plate appearance in the first inning, Ohtani faced Cleveland's starting pitcher Gavin Williams. After working the count full, he showed patience by not chasing pitches outside the zone, earning a walk to reach base. However, that opportunity could not be capitalized on. The next batter, Mookie Betts, hit a ground ball that turned into a double play, with Ohtani being forced out at second base, and the Dodgers lost their early scoring chance. In the bottom of the third inning, with the Dodgers trailing 0-2 and already having 2 outs and a runner on first, Ohtani came up for his second at-bat with hopes that he could create a turning point for the home team. He kept fouling pitches off to extend the at-bat and seemed to be gradually timing up the opposing pitcher. However, on the 6th pitch, an 83.8 mph curveball, Ohtani could only get a slight piece of the ball for a foul tip. As a result, he struck out and could not help the team cut into the deficit. After that, the Dodgers continued to struggle to maintain any offensive rhythm going into the 4th inning. In that inning, Freeman hit a ground ball that resulted in a double play, ending the Dodgers' scoring chance in frustrating fashion. In the 5th inning, things got even worse when 3 straight Dodgers batters struck out, making it a completely lifeless inning in which they could not apply any pressure at all on the opposing pitcher. The clearest scoring chance for the Dodgers, and also Ohtani's most notable moment in the game, came in his 3rd at-bat. At that point, Andy Pages had recorded a hit, and Alex Freeland followed with a walk. That gave the Dodgers a very favorable situation with runners on first and second, and nobody out. It was an ideal chance to score, and Ohtani stepped into the batter's box with hopes that he could create a turning point for the team. However, the result was not what they wanted. On the very first pitch, Ohtani chose to swing at a 92.8 mph cutter from Gavin Williams. His swing produced a ground ball to second base. The play was quickly turned into a double play, as the ball was relayed from second base to shortstop, and then to first base. Initially, the umpire ruled Ohtani safe at first, but after Cleveland requested a review, the call was overturned, and Ohtani was ruled out. It was a very unfortunate play, because it not only took away the Dodgers' chance to score, but also significantly killed the momentum of the inning. In the bottom of the 8th inning, with the Dodgers trailing 0-4, Ohtani got another chance to make a difference. This time, the Dodgers had 1 out and runners on second and third, a very favorable scoring situation. Ohtani faced new pitcher, Eric Sabrowski. On the first pitch, a curveball, he did not swing, and let it go through the strike zone. After that, Sabrowski kept throwing curveballs in succession, and Ohtani could not adjust in time. In the end, he struck out on just 3 pitches, ending another crucial scoring opportunity for the Dodgers in that inning. It was not until the 9th inning that the Dodgers finally scored their first run of the game. Freeman provided that moment by hitting a solo home run, helping the home team avoid being shut out. However, it was only a consolation run, because the gap was already too large to change the final outcome. The loss to the Guardians not only cost the Dodgers their advantage in the standings, but also unexpectedly sparked a rare internal conflict in the team's clubhouse. The focus of attention turned to 2 of the team's most important stars, Freeman and Ohtani, as tension between them reportedly erupted right after the game. According to multiple internal sources, the atmosphere in the Dodgers clubhouse after the loss was extremely heavy. The players reportedly barely spoke to one another in the first few minutes, until Freeman broke the silence with blunt criticism directed at the offense. What made Freeman lose his composure was not only the loss itself, but the way the team had missed a series of scoring opportunities in key situations. In this game, Freeman was one of the few bright spots, hitting a solo home run that helped the Dodgers avoid a shutout. Meanwhile, Ohtani had an off day, finishing without a hit, and being repeatedly neutralized by Cleveland's pitching staff. For a player who is always expected to make a difference in every at-bat, this performance clearly did not meet the standard. That contrast reportedly caused Freeman to lose the calmness he usually shows. He said, "We can't keep going on like this. When the team needs it most, the people expected to make a difference have to do it." Some sources even claimed that Freeman's remarks were more personal, as he emphasized, "We need results on the field, not reputation." Those comments immediately made the atmosphere even more tense. Ohtani, who rarely responds in situations like this, did not avoid it this time. The Japanese superstar said, "I understand everyone's expectations. I'm not satisfied with my performance either. But playing both roles at a high intensity continuously is really wearing down my body," he continued. "There are times when I feel that my body is no longer in its best condition. But I don't want to use that as an excuse. I need to play better." This statement revealed a reality that analysts have debated for a long time. A player taking on both the pitcher and batter roles at the MLB level is something that is almost unprecedented in the modern game. It requires not only exceptional physical ability, but also the capacity to maintain focus and recover during a packed schedule. One analyst commented, "When you're a two-way player like Ohtani, you're not just facing the opposing pitcher. You're also battling your own physical limits every day." From a tactical perspective, this incident also raises a major question for the coaching staff, especially Dave Roberts. Are the Dodgers pushing Ohtani too hard by asking him to maintain elite performance in both roles right from the start of the season? With the season still very long, managing physical condition and distributing workload become vital factors. After the tension broke out, Roberts quickly organized a short internal meeting to stabilize the situation. He stressed, "We are a team. No one wins alone, and no one carries the responsibility alone. What matters is how we respond after a loss." According to some sources, after that frank exchange, Freeman and Ohtani had a private conversation to clear up the misunderstanding. Freeman reportedly softened his tone and admitted that the pressure of competition had made him overreact. Meanwhile, Ohtani also showed openness by being willing to accept feedback from his teammate. Looking at the bigger picture, the incident is not entirely negative. In baseball, especially on championship contending teams like the Dodgers, internal clashes can sometimes be a sign of fighting spirit and a strong desire to win. What matters is how the team manages and transforms those emotions into motivation. With a star-studded lineup, the Dodgers do not lack talent. What they need is cohesion and mutual understanding, especially when operating around a unique figure like Ohtani. If handled well, this incident could become a turning point that helps the team grow closer. On the other hand, if these cracks are allowed to linger beneath the surface, they could absolutely affect the team's ambitions over the long MLB season. Overall, the loss to the Guardians clearly reflected the Dodgers' lack of efficiency in taking advantage of their opportunities. They repeatedly had runners in favorable positions but could not turn those chances into runs, including key situations directly involving Ohtani. Although he remained the center of attention, he did not deliver the decisive hit, leaving the home team stuck against a very well-organized opposing pitching staff. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with the biggest MLB fan you know.